Good afternoon or morning, depending on what time you're watching this video, Aslam class. Today is the 11th of February, 2021. Now, we've been looking at Bath this week, and we looked at Bath last week. And yesterday, we were looking at the Roman baths in Bath, and you should have done some research, and you should have done completed an activity, which would have given you a little bit more information about Bath. What you're going to do today is another research activity, because that's what we do as historians. We research and find out facts. What you're going to do today is find another area of Bath and do a little bit of research on that area. Now, you can, if you want to, just go off and pick an area in Bath right now and do your research, and that's absolutely fine. If you're going to do that, that's the third challenge. That's the hardest task to do, because you're going to do it all on your own. You're going to go off, you're going to type into Google maybe areas in Bath, pick a place and do research on that, and then put your work up on the tapestry. If you want to have a bit more support with that, we're going to go through the video and you're going to see some places, give you some ideas. So let's get on with the task. So if you want to, you can go and find a place in modern day Bath now online and start doing your research and start writing it up. You don't have to carry on watching the video because it could take you a longer time, but that is the hardest challenge. Let's carry on with the video if you need a little bit of support with this. So now, there are many places in Bath today that are pretty important. We have the Jane Austen Centre. We have the University of Bath. There's a place called the Circus, Bath Abbey, Pulteney Bridge, and there are other areas away, okay, that I remember last week I looked at when we were looking at Google Earth. So these are some areas that you may want to do some research on, just to help you out. Now, you can go off and start doing your research now if you want to. That's absolutely fine. Some of you may want to stay and carry on watching, because I can give you some information about these places. And this is where the challenge is coming in now, okay? It's whether you want to go off and do it on your own, or do you want to carry on watching the video and finding out a bit more information that I found out for you. Okay, so Bath Abbey, this is the first place that we're looking at here. It's been a place of worship on this spot for more than 1,000 years. King Edgar, who was the first king of the whole of England, was crowned here in 973 AD. Bath Abbey's spectacular Victorian Gothic interior is the work of Sir George Gilbert Scott. Ooh. What's happened? Dear me. My screen has gone all funny. Oh no. And now we've gone back in time to yesterday's lesson. Here we are. We're back to, oh, what's going on? Oh dear, technical difficulties. Right, here we are, Pulteney Bridge. We got there in the end. Pulteney Bridge is still one of a handful of bridges still standing that have buildings on them. It was completed in 1774 to connect central Bath to undeveloped land on the opposite side of the River Avon. It's considered one of the most iconic bridges in the world, and it appeared in the film Les Mis, or Les Miserables. If you'd have a look on that picture, London Bridge also used to look like that before it came down and went off to America many years ago. But London Bridge in the medieval days also had houses built on it. And a lot of bridges in cities back in them days used to have, most of them were wooden bridges, but they used to have houses on the bridges. And when I know in London, when the Great Fire of London happened, that bridge burnt down, and they decided never to build houses on bridges again. However, in Bath, they decided to make it out of stone, because stone is a lot harder to burn if there was a fire. Right, good. Right, Sullyland's house, dating from 1482 and rebuilt in 1622. This living museum and historical eating house is famous for its delicious Sally Lunns. Okay. They are lovely buns. The Jane Austen Centre. Now, Jane Austen, okay, she was a famous author for she wrote lots of books, not just for children. There is that in Bath. She was an English novelist. She wrote many books, romantic fiction. Her works made her one of the most famous and beloved writers in English literature. Now, a place very much at the heart of Jane Austen's life and works was in Bath. In the heart of the city, you can go to the Jane Austen Centre. It's a permanent exhibition that explores Jane's time in Bath and the influence that this beautiful city had on her books, characters, and personal life. Now, we also have the Thermae Bath Spa, so a little bit more of a modern version of a Roman bath. And you can see here, it's actually sitting on top of a very tall building. So you're up in the sky here, and you can even go there at night time. It's all lit up and it looks very nice. Now, this bath is a combination of historical and contemporary bath in England. Now, it's Britain's only natural thermal spa and benefits from warm, rich mineral waters, which the Celts and Romans enjoyed over 2,000 years ago. Highlights include the open-air rooftop pool with wonderful views over the city of Bath. And then, of course, there's the Royal Crescent Circle. We didn't actually have this in the earlier slides, but this is a group of terraced buildings that go round and form like a crescent. The street only gained its royal accolade, though, at the end of the 18th century following a visit from Prince Frederick. Now, it's one of Bath's most iconic landmarks, and it was built between 1767 and 1775, and it was designed by John Wood the Younger. So very, very important piece of thing there. Now, your tasks are to create a fact file about one of the chosen places. Okay, some of you may have already started doing your research, and that's brilliant. Some of you may have already started doing this, and that's great. What you need to include is a title, a subheading, location, key information, pictures, all of that. Now, you can do it online, you can do it on a computer, you can do a PowerPoint presentation if you've got the capability of doing that. If not, just do it down onto a piece of paper. So there we go. That is the end of the video. Again, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate. Leave a question on Teams, and I'm more than happy to get back to you as soon as I can. All right then, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.